The new Alex Syberia Designs collection Have a Good Day is now available, and you have to see all the gorgeous designs. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel, and in today's video, I'll be sharing some of the new stamps, dies, and stencils from the Have a Good Day collection from Alex Syberia Designs. But also, this video is part of their YouTube hop for releasing this collection, and there are prizes to be won. So be sure to look down in the YouTube description box below the video for all the details on how to win. Let me share with you what I am going to be using today. First up is the Floral Splendor cover die, which covers an A2 piece of cardstock with flowers that are all together, and then there are individual flowers to cut out as well. This is the Alhambra Arabesque cover die. This also covers an A2 piece of cardstock. Look at that gorgeous design. This is the Good Day quilted rectangle die set. You get 2 rectangles and then Have a Good Day as a shadow and a word. This is the Birthday Bouquet stamps, dies, and stencils. I love these sets because they have gorgeous designs, and then the stencils allow you to color them in really simply and easily. They give you a little guide. There are parts of the stencils that go for one section and then another, but it's very easy to figure out, and they're can be cut with the dies as well. This is the Avian Allure stamps, dies, and stencils. This is a really unique one, and I'm going to show you what's unique about it when we get to it in the card. So stay tuned for that. I also love all of the sentiments and how you can cut them all out with the dies, and I love how easy these stencils are. Again, I will show you exactly what is so cool about this design when we get there. Now, let's take those amazing new supplies and make some cards. So first, let's do the Avian Allure since I talked it up so much. The thing that I really love about this is that all of these stamps are actually one stamp. So the bird, all the flowers, all the leaves, it's all on one stamp. That entire stamp fits on an A2 piece of cardstock. Then I decided to ink mine up with black ink, and it was really easy to stamp inside the Mini Misty because I got lots of good pressure and was able to get a great impression. So now I'm lining that up on my Waffle Flower 6x6 grip mat. Here's stencil number 1. As you can see, I just lay the stencil down over top of that stamped design. And each of the pieces can be colored in individually. So especially if you use smaller detailed brushes, I'm using ones by Waffle Flower, you can pick different colors of ink for each of these pieces. So I've used Mowed Lawn for the leaves, I used Tumbled Glass for the bird, and Wild Honey for the first layer of the flowers. Here's the second stencil. Did you see how I was just able to place it down right on top of the cardstock because the stencils line up completely together on top of that one image that you stamped, which is actually a whole bunch of images. I just think this is a really brilliant design. It makes it very easy to line up the stencils instead of trying to figure them out where exactly they belong. So this one, if you struggle with lining up stencils, this is one to try. And I really think you'll have a lot of fun coloring them all in different colors. I love using stencils to color in because it's a quicker task to do rather than coloring. Here's the other part of this set that is really cool. The die is one die, but it cuts them all out as individual pieces. The reason that's so cool is that you can then pop them up or lay them flat on the card, depending on what they are. I popped the bird up first because it's the longest piece from top to bottom, and then I decided to adhere the stem that the bird is sitting on with some liquid glue. Everything else I'm using with foam squares. Most of them I'm using the Spellbinders foam squares with less dimension, so I can slide things underneath each other because I only use one foam square in the center of the flowers, and then you can have fun. There's a little design on the stamp set to show you how you could put them together, but you can put them together any way you want, and there's some fun pieces to play with there. I decided to stamp "Thanks for Being You" in some black ink as well. I'll pop that up on some foam squares too, and then just place that on the card. This card came together so quickly, so easily. Look at how colorful it is and vibrant. I had so much fun putting this together, and like I said, if you struggle with placement of stencils, this is the one to try first. For the next card, I grabbed the Floral Splendor cover die, and you can see I just popped it right onto an A2 piece of white cardstock and ran it through my die cut machine. If you have little spots that are not coming out of your die, you can use a Spellbinder's tool-in-one to brush them out or poke them out. Then I used the quilted rectangles and cut out the A2 size of the rectangle. I have white on white there. I popped up the Floral Splendor cover die on top of the rectangle, and then I cut out the individual flowers from gold mirror cardstock and pink cardstock, and I'm using some liquid glue to adhere some of these on some of the flowers in the background. Basically, I'm trying not to have two of the same color right next to each other or attached to each other, and I'm trying to leave some of them white as well. The sentiment from that quilted rectangle die set has a shadow and the word die, so I've cut the shadow out of white cardstock. I'll cut the words out of that gold mirror cardstock that I used for the flowers. The "Have Good Day" all is in one piece, very easy to adhere, and the A is the only thing separate, so it's super easy to line up. And I did put some foam squares behind it so I could pop that up off the background. I love the white on white look, but the pops of gold and pink are absolutely my favorite here. For this next card, let's use the Birthday Bouquet bundle. So again, this entire bouquet is one stamp. The entire stamp fits on an A2 piece of cardstock. So I have a white A2 piece of cardstock with I'm treating with anti-static powder and then stamping that stamp with some embossing ink. I use a tool to really get some good pressure all over that stamp, and then I'll pour some gold embossing powder all over the top, and you can see this is a absolutely gorgeous design. I love heat setting gold embossing powder. When it turns from the dark color to the light gold, I absolutely think that looks like magic still to this day. I'll place that down on my Waffle Flower 6x6 grip mat. Now these stencils have several items that you can color in, and there'll be a line on the stencil to see which items go together. So it's still easy to line up, but definitely if you have trouble, I would try that Avian Allure first. This one, though, you can really go to town coloring in a bunch of different flowers in this bouquet. You can have so much fun choosing different inks. I have squeezed lemonade here, saltwater taffy. I always use Distress Oxide inks in things like this because I feel like it is so creamy, but it also doesn't take forever to dry like a pigment ink, which is so nice about the Distress Oxides. I have some more of those waffle flower blending brushes. These small brushes get into small areas. They allow you to blend in gradients where you can get light to dark. So they're really the perfect brush for this type of stenciling project where you really want to be able to have lots of color and shades of colors. I stamped birthday wishes and cut it out from the same stamp set. And now I'm cut a piece of gold glitter cardstock with that smaller rectangle die from the Quilted Rectangles die set. So adhering that down to an A2 piece of white cardstock and then pop up the bouquet on some foam squares and place that right on top. That gold rectangle was kind of a last minute addition, but I really like the way it turned out. It just gives a little something extra special to this card, and then pop up the birthday wishes sentiment right on top of the bouquet. Absolutely so much fun to put together and so easy. For this next card, I'll use the Alhambra Arabesque cover die, and I'll cut it out of some Spellbinders cardstock. Now, I did run this back and forth a couple of times because I thought it might be tough to get those little items out of the center of the die cut. I was able to flick them out because I ran it back and forth. Now I'll just add some liquid glue to a bunch of the different centers of those flowers and place it down on some pink cardstock. And then I die cut the quilted rectangle die out of that, the smaller one. So it has the edging right on top of the cover die and the pink. I love the way that looks. And I adhered that down on some gold cardstock and then cut out the Have a Good Day, which is that sentiment that comes in that rectangle set, and the shadow out of the same blue cardstock that I used for the cover die. So everything is either that dark blue, pink, or gold, which is just one of my favorite combinations. I love that kind of dark blue or navy blue or sort of a bright navy on pink and gold. Just think it's such a fun combination. I did use some of those leftover tiny little flowers from the other cover die, the Floral Splendor, and I just love the details in that rectangle that you can see even on the die cut. I don't know about you, but I really loved creating with this collection. Don't forget that this video is part of their YouTube Hop, so be sure to check out the details on how to enter to win in the YouTube description box below the video. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon. And more? I don't know about you, but I don't know about you, but I love, I don't know about you, but I love, it's gonna be a lot of love again. I don't know about you, but I really loved